And welcome back to my Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, and this is the Let's Go to Eeloo series, episode number 2. So I left off with a massive cliffhanger the last episode, whether or not I was going to, I think it was get this one or this one. I'm going with the more rocketry parts because these engines are fantastic and they'll allow me to do lots of things, but really also it's going to allow me to do just a couple more quick missions so I can unlock this one because I really want... the radio decouplers and the winglets are going to be handy as well for keeping us going straight. And then I need to unlock batteries, which also gets me the first communications bit, and the thermometer, which will give me a little bit more science as well. So that's going to be 90 science I need. And I just was checking, let's see what have I done. I've done crew report a little bit, some EVA reports. What else have we done? So, situations, does it say which crew report? Does it say ship recovery of a vessel from Kerbal orbit, survived to flight? We haven't done any suborbital yet, but so we will do some suborbital this episode. So looking at the biomes that I've done, water, grasslands, highlands, and shores, only a little bit from all of them really. Grasslands could use more. I haven't hit poles or desert yet. So I'm going to try to run a couple quick suborbital missions to those destinations now, and I'll try to run them in high speed so you don't have to watch. Couple things from last episode. I mentioned that I think I'm doing the elements for the names of the ships, and I think I went from lithium to carbon, which is not correct. It goes lithium, boron, beryllium, boron, carbon. Carbon's number 6. Let's see, there was one other thing as well that I wanted to mention, and I forget what it is. I'll mention it later when it comes up. Something else that I said that was wrong from last episode, but anyway. So I've created a ship here that will be my suborbital. It's lithium 1. So we've done, I believe it was hydrogen 1 and 2 were our some initial suborbital stuff, and then lithium, or helium was our first orbital ship. And this one's pure liquid. It's only meant to be suborbital, but I think it can be orbital as well. And when we get the radial decouplers, we should be able to upgrade. Don't know if we'll keep the same lithium ship brand, but it may. And then it should be able to do much more interesting things than just keeping around this planet. So there's not a lot going on with this one. It's just got a couple of the mystery, the goos, and parachute. And I should be able to return with all these. Now that I have decouplers, everything gets a lot easier. And the Wildcat engines. And then I'm also using, in here, I've got the fantastic Vesta VR1 with a efficiency of 400 ISP in a vacuum. So it's a really great little engine. So I'll just do, I'll do polar first. Polar's fairly easy. And then I'll attempt to head for the desert, which is not as easy, but we'll see. We'll run these in high speed, so we'll just kind of get these done because they're not as interesting. Okay, so that's 30.9 science. That's enough to get us this one, which opens up a whole lot of other things. This one will be good too. Struts are always useful. More aerodynamics, jet stuff. This is going to be good too. Fairings are important, and nose cones. And then the AV-R8 winglet is one of my favorite winglets. Hang on. Oh, that's the 500-kilometer antenna, Reflectron. That'll be good for launching some unmanned satellites, too, I think. So, but then next up, we need some batteries if we're going to go any distance here. And so, we need another 47 science. Okay. So we'll do, it's not going to be enough probably to do the desert, so we may have to do a couple other flights here. We'll see. Let's launch another lithium, and I'll be right back again. Okay, I am back, and we just had to get the daughter to sleep. She's teething for sure. She's got a full tooth in, starting to, well, it's through anyway, and then another one that's coming through that I think is bugging her. So we got the required science now after those 3 suborbital missions, and we can finally unlock this one. So this gives us a Communotron. Unfortunately, it's the Communotron 16, which doesn't have enough range for a geosynchronous satellite, but that's okay because we don't have solar panels for a while. There's the first solar panels. You can see the price here now is what, 60 here, and this row is 120. I think this row is 240. So we need to do some serious missions before we can unlock that one. Plus, we also need to unlock these along the way. So, and then, might as well get something like this and this. We can start making some pretty cool stuff. I hope you can hear me okay with the whispering. So, after those 3 missions, I'm going to do a flyby mission now. And I just need to make a craft. I think that we'll have enough, just a little bit more beefy than the lithium. We'll make our beryllium one, and it'll do some flyby missions of our moons. So I'll be right back. I'll make that ship. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that whispering part might have been a little bit quiet, and I'm sorry for that. Maybe I'll try to up the audio a little bit. But we had a rough afternoon with our little girl. I think she might also be teething and have a cold kind of coming on, so it's kind of a rough time. Otherwise, things are going pretty well, though. Yeah, she got her first tooth in a week ago or so. Actually, I think I might have talked about that even last time. Anyway, I decided not to call this one beryllium yet. This is just because it's kind of really just a scaled-up lithium rocket. We added a couple boosters on. Whoops, I thought I'd set the thrust limiter down a little bit on them. I guess that maybe didn't save that way. I don't know. And then it's the same upper stage. We got a lot of batteries. I don't know if I need that much batteries. Probably not. What is going on? I can't seem to click on anything. Might have to reload this. Lithium 2, load. Remembered that. Okay, weird. Let's stick with 2 batteries. I got some temperature sensors on there. And then I've got these as they were previously. So what I'm thinking now, I almost want more of these, but I should. There's just not a lot of room. I'll get a better design shortly. I'm gonna have to extend this again because I think we'll run into an issue here. We won't run into it here, but we will have an issue in the future if I don't do something. So I do want to switch the Kerbal out. Put Guilford in. He's our brave, semi-stupid Kerbal. And this is going to be a moon swing by, similar to Apollo 8, I believe it was. We don't want to launch at night. Do want to launch during the day. So, one thing I want to talk about as well, while I fast forward the time a bit here, was that Looking forward into the tech tree, I did a few missions and science and stuff in sim mode, and I've also added Kerbal or flight engineer in, and just going forward, trying to figure out, okay, when can I launch unmanned satellites for a communications network? And it's actually quite a while away, which is a little unfortunate. So I'm thinking either I'm going to just deal with it and we'll come up with a story and a reason why our scientists are producing some things earlier than others. That's not quite straight, is it? Oh well. Yeah, I think we might just do that. Otherwise, I'd try out some other tech trees, but that's kind of annoying. I have to kind of start over and things like that. There's a galaxy rise. Okay, let's just daytime. Time for daytime. Launch at sunrise. And yeah. So we'll do a lunar swing by. We'll do a free return trajectory and try to get into low lunar orbit. So then we can use these, one in upper and one in lower, and then we should be able to get some EVA reports depending on what we're over. Get some different EVA reports and get some good science from that. So we're hoping for a few hundred science from this maybe. All right, let's see what's thrust to weight ratio should be good. Okay, in 3, 2. All right, and we've got the verticals, or the stabilizers here, should keep us going relatively straight. Still really only have the reaction wheel though to kind of give us any sort of turning, any sort of tilt. And I know, I don't know, but I assume this thing could flip over fairly easily. So we've also got gimbaling engines. So let's look here. We also need. What do we need? We're tilting a little bit there. A little off 90 degrees. Try to bring it back. It's not going to come back. Probably till the solid fuel boosters take off. What am I looking at up there? Yeah, okay. Come on, come on, come on. At least we're kind of doing a gravity turn there, too. Just have to bring it back to 90. Woo. Yeah, you can see the pitch. I've got my pitch all the way down, slowly bringing it back. That's better. Although now it's going to want to fling around a bit. All right, we're slowly making it here. This thing's got a lot of delta V though. I'm still up over 3,000 delta V total in this rocket, so that should be plenty from where we are to get to the moon. One thing that will become a problem though is my resources will start to become an issue. I should really be paying attention. Oh, not too hard, not too hard. What is my orbit here? Okay, good, 60. This is a good, fairly actually efficient orbit. We're just kind of getting into space now. We'll just kind of run this one dry and then burn the second one when we get to our apoaps. And this is a good orbit, I think. We're at 1,600 meters a second. Bam. Okay, time. We have a minute and a bit, so I'll do a little bit of fast forwarding there. That thing's gonna do a nosedive. Nope, flip around. Cool. I love the aerodynamics. Okay. Still haven't remembered what the other thing I wanted to mention was. Might have been about the tech tree and just about how I'm not super happy with it, and communications networks are gonna be tricky. It'll be a while before I can set up an unmanned one. For one, I need solar panels, which is the next category up as well, and I need better communications. I love the Communicatron 32, but I haven't seen it anywhere in the tech tree yet. So, all right, fire this one. And so this has got, I don't get rid of the delta V, 2,500 meters a second of delta V. That's plenty. My electric charge should be good. That was one thing I was a little worried about, taking out the extra batteries. This thing's firing at 2 Gs. It's pretty substantial. I'm not even firing at full thrust. So we need about, what is it, an extra 800 meters a second to get to the moon, and that's really about it. Maybe 850, 900, and then we should just be able to get back. Oops, my Apple apps, I let that get away from me. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter because we'll be firing for the moon before. I know I've mentioned this before, but this was the old way we used to do it before there was maneuver nodes, or before there was even your actual orbits showing in here when you cross the sphere of influence. All right, what's going on there? That's the wrong side, isn't it? Yeah, I want to, if I do this way. Just bring it down until it, there we go now. There we are, 41. I will have to make some adjustments though, because that's going to fling me out. No, that's got to be in the wrong side still then. Something's going on there. What am I doing wrong on this free return trajectory? That's on the wrong side. Weird. All right, that's, I believe it. We'll adjust the periaps a little bit when we get out there. Whoop. That's pretty good. I think that's our free return. Okay. We'll just have to adjust it to bring the periaps down on the other side, but we'll have plenty of delta V for that. And let's see. So it's only 20 some second burn, 28 second burn. Okay. Battery power, still good, 624. And this thing actually generates battery power too, which is a benefit over the LV909. It's also 10 meters or 10 seconds ISP better. Yeah, okay, so we let the moon come up. Yeah, I don't know. This is not the ideal lunar burn. It's also, that was almost 900 meters a second. That's not quite right. But we'll figure it out. We'll fix it on the way if need be. I've got enough delta V to spare. Well, let's see. How are we doing? Get rid of the maneuver node to not confuse things. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm doing a correct free return trajectory here. Okay, anyway, we'll just deal with this. We'll leave it like that, and then let's see, when's Kerbal going to come around? I was thinking I could try to send out a, I think I have enough power. Maybe I shouldn't mess with the power yet. I'll just do the crew report and send it later. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be around anyway when Kerbal pops out. We'll just head there. Yeah, you wouldn't typically burn for the moon that late. I think that was the issue. It was doing weird things with the maneuvering, or with the orbits here, though, so I don't know. So here comes the moon here now. Interesting. Yeah, that's not a, that's not normally the free return trajectory. You'd end up coming around the moon, clockwise, I guess, from looking above, and then fling back to Kerbin. But because then if we do, what can we do here to? No, so we want to. Yeah, we want to burn forward a little. Okay. $153, $119, $78, $61. That's good enough now. We'll fix it again when we get a little closer. The problem is now I don't have a low lunar orbit, so we'll do two. So we won't get nearly as much science out of this, I guess. This is unfortunate. I'll have to do a better one next time for more science, but we'll get the benefit will be is I will get both of these. I'll get one high over space, or high over Kerbin. I can actually get this one now high over the moon. 30 science. Keep it. We can do an EVA high over the moon. Keep it. Board. And we'll get crew report here as well. We'll do it high over the moon. Keep it. And then that's pretty much going to be it. Oh, I lost my maneuver node. It's okay. Keep this somewhat this direction, and we'll head for, where's time to bury ups? Hour 33. Okay, so there's the moon. That's as close as we're going to get. High lunar orbit. Unfortunate, but we'll give him a look out the window at it. No, we won't. We'll look at it later after we do the burn. Okay, I'm just going to watch it from here. So 30 kilometers is pretty good. Okay, and from in here, there it is. Beautiful. Watch it glide by underneath. We will be back, moon, we will be back. Although we'll probably go to Minmus first. So this thing ended with 858 meters a second of delta V. Would this be enough to land? No, I don't think it would be enough to land and return. But it would be enough to land and return on Minmus, so we can potentially think about doing something there. That'll be for the next episode, though. This episode now, we will just finish it off, get our science, hopefully unlock another tech tree or two, although this is not going to be nearly as much science as I was hoping. I was really hoping for... Whoa, too fast. Don't do that. Yeah, I was really hoping, oh, this could be an interesting landing. We might be pretty close to Kerbal Space Center. Oh, I wanted to do, oh shoot, I wanted to do one of these high over Kerbin too, because I don't think I've done that yet. Perfect, keep that. We are not in sight, so I can't transmit. Hello, Eeloo. Yes, we are going to be coming to visit your planet soon. So yeah, let's see. I'm a little worried too about, about our return speeds here and whether these will stay on or not. Oh, I know what I should do then. Well, I've got the time. Just go get them. Go get the science and bring it in. If they burn off, that's okay. I probably didn't even need to do that. Collect that. Collect that. Oh, and I never got the temperature sensors either. We'll do that when we get back into the atmosphere. We can do that on the way down. We'll get one high in the atmosphere, one maybe when we're landed somewhere. Maybe in the water, I don't know. Yeah, so we have a little bit more science than I thought, perhaps. We've got 3 review, 3 stored. That's not that much. Mystery goo, EVA, mystery goo. I didn't do, oh, I could do an EVA here, right? I don't think I've done one out here yet. Nope. Keep that. Okay. Maybe fairly close to Kerbin. Let's, I just have to do this so I'm not lowering my periaps. No, that's going the wrong way. There we go. Don't want to lower it too much. Okay, I don't want to lower it, so I'm going to get captured, though. Just got to keep an eye on it, I guess. Okay, I think that'll be enough so that that'll be enough so we shouldn't burn things up too badly. The battery power. So this is after going to the moon. We have been out 21 hours. So here's one thing. Look at the food. We're almost out of food, water, and oxygen. Carbon dioxide waste and wastewater is also quite high. So Minmus is much further out time-wise. It's well over a day even just to get there, I think. Somewhere around a day maybe. Let alone do a loop and come back. So the next ship, Lithium 3, will have to have some extra resources on board, which is kind of fun. So I don't know whether I'm going to do another lunar flyby. It seems like maybe we'll do an orbital insertion and actually do an orbit of the moon. Maybe I'll test out my more resources ship then, and then we'll try to get some good EVA reports and maybe even try to bring more of these along. Yeah, so we'll redesign the ship again. We'll do Lithium 3. And where are we going to come down, I wonder? I think we'll come down in the water before Kerbin. That's my guess. We'll see, though. Or water before Kerbin. Water before the main continent. That's what I meant to say. So Guilford did a good job. Don't really need any vessel information. We still got a lot of speed here, though. I'm betting we're going to have some issues with these engines. Excuse me. We're bleeding it off now, though. It's these. What are the temperature of these is going to be the key. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially let these maybe even just explode off. This could be rather exciting. And then we'll probably eject the stage at that point when these start to go. If these start to go. There's the overheating starting. Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, maybe it will, I don't know. 3 Celsius, that's good. These must be getting hot too, yep. Temperature's going up. These have started to go up rather rapid. Oh, and dropping. That's interesting, rather rapidly. Nope, there it goes, going back down. Uh-oh. That's a problem, though. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was the parachute. Oh, my goodness. It's a disaster. Oh, no. How on earth there's nothing we can do, is there? I cannot believe we just blew off the parachute. All of that. I can't even transmit. The transmitter's gone. We're actually potentially even in transmitting range. Maybe not. Oh, crap. That sucked. I was not quick enough. So, maybe off camera I'll redo this mission, or maybe I'll do it better. How about that? Well, next episode, we'll do it better. This mission didn't go quite to plan. Unfortunately, Guilford was one of our most courageous Kerbals. Is probably not going to survive this, since we don't have a parachute anymore. Must have been a close thing, too. I was awful close there to having it not blow off. Maybe we'll try to splash down. Can we flip upside down? Up, upside down, upside down. Come on. Stop spinning. Land on one of those things. Oh, this isn't going to work. Oh, disaster. So that's our second Kerbal killed, too, in 2 episodes. Awful. Oh, well, my name is Silstash. Thank you very much for watching. We'll try to do better next episode. See you then.